Hello friends, today I'm bringing you a very nice game for Mikhail Tal, which he has played against his opponent Dieter Keller. This game was played in 1959 and this was really a master class from the Mikhail Tal, where he really sacrifices his all of his pieces and come up with an amazing win. So let's start there. Mikhail Tal starts with knight to f3, knight to f6 from Dieter, and then c4. In response, e6 was played, and then knight to c3 and d5 was played. So that's queen's gambit, and then here Mikhail Tal played d4 and then c6. So queen's gambit declined, where white plays bishop to g5. So semi-Slav from the Mikhail Tal. So from this position, d takes c4 and Mikhail Tal played e4. b5 from the black, and the immediate threat is a pawn push to b4, which will force the knight to retreat. So from this position, a4 for Mikhail Tal. So Mikhail Tal already offered a pawn push, but here queen goes to b6 first, and then bishop takes f6. Mikhail Tal did not go to e4, e5, which was a very aggressive line. So here g takes f6, and then bishop to e2. Still here the pawn push is available, but Mikhail Tal always have a5 push, which will attack onto the queen. Say for I'll show you sample line. Say for example b4, but then a5 first, attacking onto the queen. Queen goes either b can go even to b7 or b or c7. Say for example c7, but then knight will come onto safety, and there will be really no way defending this. If even if you come bishop to a6, but then uh, knight to c5 would be very devastating. So from a6, castles first, and then bishop to b7. Sorry, b7, and then bishop to b7. So d5 from the Tal, and then c takes d5. So here e takes d5, and then b4. Now there's an attack onto the knight, and which I explained earlier. e5 for Mikhail Tal, and queen goes to c7. But um, here comes the Mikhail Tal ways, right? So all the engines suggesting knight to a4, but at Mikhail Tal he has sacrificed his knight and goes for d takes e6. Here b takes c3, so the knight falls off, but at this point Mikhail Tal did not go to capture the pawn at f7. He On the contrary, he goes to knight to d4, and on this position, rook to g8. So the immediate threat is on to this g2 pawn. But here on this position, Mikhail Tal goes queen to a4 check. And when there's a check, now uh, what would you play? First of all, you can block this check by the bishop. So let's see what happens if you block this check by the bishop at c6. So the knight cannot go on to d7 because this square is already blocked because of the pawn at e6. So say for example, if you play pawn to the bishop to c6, but then first e takes f7, it's a check and a fork on the rook, so you have to capture it. Kings takes f7, and now queen takes c4 check. And if you don't want to lose the rook, you have to move the king back to g7, but then there will be knight to e6 check and the queen will be gone. Say for example on this position you decide to give up the rook and move on and save the queen. So if your king goes to k say e8, but then bishop to h5 check, um, and if you move your king to d8, then again the uh, knight to e6 will be a fork on the on the king and the queen. Or if you go back to, say for example, king to e7, then rook to f um, rook f to e1 check, and then you'll again forced to go on to the same d8 position where you will be losing your queen. So after calculating all of those options, Dieter decides to move the king here, uh, sorry, from this position to d8 immediately, and avoiding all of those madness. So from this position, Tal plays g3 because Tal has to avoid the sorry, uh, avoid the threat on g2. So g3 from the Tal, but here bishop to d5 was played. So the idea is to, even if uh, pawn takes the f7, so there will be a bishop to take care of this capture, right? So here on this position, rook f to d1, and black moved king to c8, so basically moving away the king from the rook line. So from here, this position, Tal takes takes c3, because Tal also knows that the capture on b2 would be a very difficult, very nasty. But here on this position, bishop to c5 was played, attacking onto this knight. And then on this position, Tal again comes up with another masterclass. Say he played, instead of capturing uh, the pawn at f7, he moved e7. By the way, capturing the pawn from b2 to c3 also opens a line for this rook for this rook. So from this position, knight to c6 was played, offering knight exchanges, but that's a that's Mikhail Tal for you. He played bishop to g4 check. So of course you cannot capture this, otherwise, say for example, if you capture this from the knight, then simple pawn push um, to queen would be very devastating. So of course, after bishop to g4, king moves to b7. Oops, sorry. King moves to e7. Yeah, b7. Sorry. And now even b1 was possible. Tal plays knight to b5. So if you so let's have a look at here what happens if you capture this knight. So friends, on this position, say let's examine the queen. The attack is on the queen, so let's see what happens if you capture this knight with a takes b5. So a lot of things can happen. Say first of all, queen takes b5. The only square you can go on to is um, b1 b7, sorry, but say for example, but that's also an attack onto the bishop as well, so you will lose the bishop here as well, and then again it will be a check, and you will lose the another bishop as well, so everything will be destroyed. Say for example, if you try to defend this with mm, bishop to b6, but then rook to d5 is coming, and you will be losing another piece. You also have to defend rook to d7 threat as well. So a lot, basically the game will be over from this position. So from knight to b5, d decides to go queen to e5 instead of doing any of those sorts, right? On this position, uh, Tal played rook to e1, so attacking again onto the queen, but then bishop to e4 was played. So of course, but since this bishop is now covering the queen, so rook a to b1 is also possible, and now you cannot capture this because you will lose your queen. So here on this position, rook takes g4 was played. So Mikhail Tal sacrifices another piece here as well. But on this position, see what happens. Mikhail Tal is Mikhail Tal. Say, yeah, so what comes in your mind? He played rook to rook takes e4. Yes, so he's given up another piece, another rook uh, here. So here queen takes e4, and now knight to d6 check, and it's a double check from the knight and the rook. There is no, you cannot save your queen here in this position. So king to c7 and knight takes the queen. Here rook takes e4, and on this position queen goes to d1. So when queen goes to d1, so on this position rook to a5 was perfectly rook takes e7 was perfectly available, and even if white played queen to d5, bishop can go on to a7 and everything was defendable. But on this position Dieter tried to play rook to e5, and that makes Mikhail Tal sacrifice another piece, and he played rook to b7 check. So of course you have to, there is no better square available than to capture the rook. So king takes b7, but here comes the devastation starts from this point. Queen takes d7, although there are, the black has 1 2 3 4 pieces against the queen, but that's all temporarily. So see the level of calculation Mikhail Tal had at this point. So from queen takes d7 check, the only square available for the king to move to b8. Here on this position, Mikhail Tal promotes his queen, so e takes e8 to queen, where rook takes e8, queen takes e8. Again, it's a check, and again you have to move the king to b7. If you move to a7, then the knight will be falling, but knight will be falling anyways. Here comes queen to d7, again check, and it moves to the king moves to b8, and then now queen takes c6, and on this position the black has resigned, because of course the lot not everything can be saved, and the queen is more than enough against the rook and the bishop. So friends, let me know how you find this video, this master class from Mikhail Tal. Tell me in your comments. Till then, take care. Bye bye.